Hey guys, it's RCK and I'm glad to have you back here again for our next episode for our Fallen Empires game we have going on here. So let's go ahead and jump on in and see what we actually have. So here we see a couple battles, at least four here with Ermor, so things are heating up a little bit for him. Independence attacking Abizia, we see Man attacking Abizia and Abizia attacking Man, so we do see a little conflict going on there finally. Been waiting on that for a little while now. Arcocephali attacking Independence and Arcocephali attacking Satis. Surprised we don't see Satis pushing more, but they did just take a big loss. So let's go ahead and see here. Battle in Thing Woods. Okay, so we have the Golem fighting Troglodytes. Let's see what that Golem is equipped with. So it had the Charcoal Shield. That's why you already see the Fire Shield around it. A Frostbrand, Starshine Skullcap. Sorry. Little fuzzy here since I just woke up. Getting up to an Astro level 3. The wings here giving this unit flying, trample, fear. Yes, it is hurting their attack skill, but so we have boots of quickness, bracers of protection, and anti-magic. Getting them up to 23 is not too bad. 21 protection is pretty good as well. That is weakened. Oh my goodness, so his strength is very low. With low strength and low attack. Well, strength being at 21, the Golem does have high strength, but the attack skill being at 6, that's the part that's going to hurt. Body Ethereal, Astral Shield, Resist Magic, Soul Slay. Very average. Of course, none of the Troglodytes really able to get through the Astral Shield because their magical resistance is so low. Units with long weapons find it easier. They only have length 0 weapons. Alright, so I just took a break there, kind of washed my face off. Hopefully I sound a little bit better. Kind of coughed what I had out in my throat there. So what we have going on here is Man versus Abizia. Of course, we remember from last episode that Abizia is finally trying to break out. And honestly, I almost think like it's the wrong move to do here. Because you had Ermor at your footstep. You had Abizia messing with you. You guys going at it for so many turns. You losing your army, him losing his army. And I feel like you've lost that momentum that you had all those turns ago when you beat him the first time. And now you want to go after him. So that is what I think about that. We have End, or we have one of End's scouts being caught here. We have a attack from Arcocephali. It seems like there's a decent amount of PD here. Only losing 3 hoplites, not that big of a deal. We've seen this Bane and Mystics before, I believe. Busy attacking Man and 1. So just rating, it seems to be 6-ish, maybe 10 PD. Hard to tell. Some lines here, they're interesting. I got them in a game. I didn't actually get them, I got them from an event. Ooh, so we see Ermor sitting on top of Ashdod now. Very contested capital. We see Ermor attacking Man as well. See, so like I said, Man is in a rough spot. Lictors this time, so we might see him going for the capital with these 50 lictors. Just a small raid there, not too much needs to be said. Fire Lord Sorcerers attacking Abizia, so he'll have to come and retake that. And villains here. Lots of villains. At least there is a fort, but that is his throne there, so he'll have to go over there and take that back. Which one is it? Growth, precision. Okay. Give him a couple gems per turn. Not too bad. It looks like he went neutral scale, so a little bit of growth is nice. Oh yeah, so we see Ermor here now in the cap circle. Very interesting. More than likely hitting that cap next turn. I suppose if Man wants to save this, he needs to start pulling both of these back, but I don't know if it'll be fast enough. I don't know if this will be fast enough to get back in time, depending on how much siege strength this Ermorian force has. If it can pop it in one turn, he's going to be too late. If it takes 2 turns, he can get him back. Yeah, so this is the main force that first hit the cave, and then they broke apart. Some stayed on the fort, 2 of them rode out, and 2 of them went farther out. Definitely just trying to make him here fight on all fronts. He's, of course, probably trying to protect this fort over here, because he probably thought that this force was going to go and take it. It's being spread out, making it difficult. Having a lot here to raid or counter raid for N can be rather difficult. I mean, of course, N does have those thugs, but he doesn't seem to be using them at the moment. And I would definitely try to get peace with Ermor, because at this point, you use so many mages for so long. It's definitely hit you back a little bit on the research standpoint in the game. And then now that you're going to have to move your army out again, it's going to be shutting off your research once again. So this is going to be a very difficult position for him. Yes, Ermor, of course, is always going to have terrible research, but you don't want N to have terrible research too, because that's just dragging him down long in the game too. So you have to keep that in mind. But it was probably definitely worth trying to peace out with this fella here. I think this will stand for a little bit. There's not too much sieging at the moment. But there are some free temples he might pick up here. As far as Machaka goes, we don't really see too much movement from him. So that is curious. Maybe he's waiting on a nap to end, possibly. Not entirely sure there. Satis, of course, is trying to rebuild in the capital to push back out. While that is going on, Arcoscephali is taking his time, taking these forts we have around here. Not pressuring too much here on the capital side, but that's probably due to the fact he has a choke point here. But yeah, these guys should be moving along though. So not too much really needs to be said here about turn 55, of course, but there will be a lot more than likely going on shortly while we see these battles start happening here between Ermor, Man, and so that's pushing Ermor into a 2v1. Honestly, I think he can take it. Other than that, we have Machaka that's still sitting here. We have Satis and Arco. We have Abizia and Man. Is that it? I think that's it. So that will be turn 55. So let's go ahead and head on over to turn 56. Oh, should have scrolled. Already had it set up on top. So we have 2 messages from End here. Ooh, these are long messages. I summoned Hashmales to serve as anti-raiding thugs that don't tie up mages. With a vine shield, they can pretty much beat unlimited undead. The problem is that Ermor is fielding censor priest counter thugs. Sounds fun. With this raiding forces, that means I either need to trap those with assassins. There needs to be 6 out, but he's dodged them so far. There are about 6 out, and he's dodged them so far. or I need to field a critical mass of imps and fire lifelong protections to keep the counter thugs at bay while the Hashmail cast banishment. So that's why I'm keeping them together. Okay, so I was curious on why he wasn't using his thugs to counter raid at this point. It's in order to maintain critical LLP mass, I guess limited liability mass, or no, so, I don't know what LLP is standing for here. Don't know if you'll see them fight this turn. LLP. It's probably something simple and I'm just not getting it. I'm not normally a fan of thugs without paths, but Hashmail are superlative heavy PD killers with minimal gear. It is not too expensive for what they are, being at 21 pearls. With enough of them, you can field a pretty good imitation of a Calum Alpha Strike Force. It's quantity that they really shine. I'd like to keep at least 7 of them near term, ideally. Well, 7 could be. I mean, that's 140 pearls. Mine are pretty extravagantly geared at the moment with Vine Shields and Lifelong Protections, plus a few extras I had at hand, but Undead ignore awe, so the Vine Shields were necessary. That is true. If you don't know why they ignore awe, it's because they have 50 morale, and awe is a roll against morale, so usually like morale 10, 12, you know, it might proc awe, but having it at 50 means they're going to pass every time. Research is humming along now. Blood economy is abysmal. He definitely needs to work on that. Ermor rating is annoying, but he hasn't committed enough to justify pulling the trigger on Purgatory. Yeah, I can see that too. I would want this stack in. I would want both of these in my provinces, or in my dominion anyway, because this is all his dominion. And it's kind of high, honestly. That's not, but this is. So I'll be able to pull that trigger there on like a stack of 700, just annihilate all the chaff. The lictors are going to live. The prophets are going to live, but they're going to start taking afflictions. So yeah, I have fought through a purgatory before, and it is extremely painful. So that is to be kept in mind. Oh, I mean, yeah, I definitely want to wait to cast purgatory. Like, well, it depends on how well he can push his minion. You do have temples still up here in some of these forts. Hashmels are trying to protect these temples here. Of course, let's go ahead and look at some of these battles. Golem again, we don't need to look at the Golem twice. We see the raid against the villains. More than likely, this was inside of the fort. This is that force that has 52 lictors moving through man's lanes here. So he decided to not go for the capital here. Instead, he's hitting 29. Honestly, this is actually helping him out quite a bit. You have to keep in mind that, yes, he is linked to these provinces. He's right now totally getting 47, 27, 107, 95 from just having these provinces here. So that is probably a good, like, about 260, 270 income for him. And honestly, all the rest of his lands are done for. So this is going to help him build temples, build forts, and so forth. So it's going to be upgrading forts. This is a nice income for him for sure. Being bottlenecked by Arcos Folly is kind of unfortunate though. Other than that, we do see a lot of movement here from End itself. So that is very interesting. See, of course, sorry, I had to take a pause there. Somebody walked inside the house. So let's see what else we have here. Of course, we see more battles here from Ermor. Of course, he's raiding deeper and deeper. But of course, it does look like that one of them worked well. It does look like one was caught by that Hashma there. So let's go ahead and check out those battles. Yes, as Hashimo did catch one of the raiding forces there, really keeping up with the undead. That was a nice counter raid there, fighting that 80 stack. And it just has a vine shield, very limited there uh, on the equipment side, so that is very good for him. Very efficient. Zero protection, but it does have a vulnerability 20. It also has off, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Defense skill of 20 is very nice. Attack skill of 16. Cool. Well, this is a very strong thug against PD. Due to the invulnerability, but against an army or things like that, it could definitely have its troubles because if it fights anything with magical weapons, and that's when things get a little iffy there. Oh, and of course there was 2 counter raids here. Armor attacked in but was defeated, so 3 Hashmos and a Malika here, but this will have the Censor Thugs in it, so a very dangerous battle for In for sure. Let's see these Censor Thugs. Oh, no, they're just regular censors, I guess. Well, I mean, if they do end up getting close to a Hashima, they could potentially kill it there. That's why they're not actually have thug items on them, but once they are blessed, I mean, they're doing so much damage. Have a high attack skill of 20. They're so tough. They're going to have magic weapons on that battle axe of theirs. It's going to be very dangerous for any of these thugs over here. Oh, these are the ones that are equipped up nice. That's a lot of lifelong protections. We'll fast forward. Banishment doing a pretty good job. It's ashes to ashes, but it's a banishment type spell, so keep that in mind. Goodness, there's so many imps. Oh yeah. So that pretty much worked out as he had planned or intended, and that was a very nice group there to take out, honestly. 150 for that counter raid, that was very nice. We have Abizia countering the Independence that attacked him last turn, and we see some Independence attack Satis, but was defended off, of course. Seems like he had a lot of PD there. And that is the state of the game here. Since we kind of went over things pretty quick, since there's no major battles, we'll look over the reports real fast. As far as things go, Ind was at the highest but has dropped off. Now we see Machaca at the highest in Province count. As far as forts go, we still see Machaca right beside Ermor. Very interesting. As far as income goes, we see Machaca at top. Followed by Satis, and of course with Satis' bonus, we're not surprised. I'm sure if he still had some of the land that was taken from Arco, that he more than likely would be on top at this point. Next we have the gem income, and that is, I think that's End. Yeah, End and Machaca are currently tied, which is very interesting. Ooh, research. So we definitely see a huge spike here from End from when he sent his mages back home. Other than that, we have Machaca, who has finally reached and caught up with Arco Savali, so that is very interesting. So we're seeing that even though, because Machaca has not been in these wars, he has been left alone, he has really been able to monopolize and taking his time building up forts, having the highest income because the skills are so good. His gem income is tied with other people. Or was it his gym income? Yes, his gym income is one of the highest, his income is one of the highest, and now his research is also, of course he is at number 2 still, but it is so close at this point that I think he'll definitely be able to catch up. And more than likely that's due to the fact of him getting construction 6 with lightless lanterns. I feel like this is what this huge growth is is for here, whereas probably Arcosoli would probably still be like right around here to him, but due to Arcosoli's war, he's able to catch up. As far as Dominion goes, we have End, who is on top. More than likely because they had the most provinces for the longest time. Even though Ermord has all those provinces still under End's dominion. And of course, Ermord is winning with the army size. Followed by, is that Machaca? Yes, followed by Machaca, because Satis has taken some huge losses lately, and he's trying to rebuild from that before fighting Arcosavali. And then we do see a dip there with Arcosavali as well. So that is quite interesting. They're right at the same point at this time. Man, of course, is very, very low. So these are all very, very interesting things to look at. And who has the most ascension points? Machaca has the most ascension points. And let's look and see what thrones he actually has. So he holds 3 thrones. The golden throne giving him 200 gold. The fire astral mages, which is very nice. The earth throne giving him invigoration and gnomes, on top of 2 earth gems per turn. And then the throne of death, which is giving him, of course, it gives his dominion plus 1 death, but it also gives him 5 death gems in which he can utilize very well. So that's very, very nice. Where is the throne of death? Okay, so Ermor necessarily isn't really close to the throne of death. I'd also have a tough fight getting through here, so I don't think he would mess with him too much. So that is where we are at here at turn 56. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.